I was born as a Catherine.
All right, and there we go.
For a day.
So we transition into finding out that Missy was born a Catherine.
Oh, sorry.
So,
I thought we were skipping.
no, you're fine. I just find it funny that sometimes I'll bring the mics up. And there's like mid conversations about something, and
Oh, okay.
it's been funny at times the things that we inadvertently blurt out, but it's fine. So we are back.
That wasn't like a secret question on your credit card or something.
Yeah. So we are back. We've got the changing breeds tonight, and as you guys can tell, we've jumped a couple times on the donation chart. We're up to 32.5%, thanks to a friend of Stacy and some donations from Stacy. So those have gone through. Hooray! So $65 out of 200. That's quite a bit of help. Considering it only takes about $13 to help out an individual in immediate need of abuse. That's what they've factored it out to be for the immediacy items that they get them, as well as purchasing tickets to get out of town or to get someplace safe or to a shelter, so on and so forth. So, with that, then I will give it to Todd, our illustrious storyteller for tonight.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jerome. So, welcome back, everybody. We last left our glorious adventurers here. We had Kagami and Jen had just met up. They are having a tea ceremony with Jen's grandfather. Montana was in a pretty posh nightclub, trying to get some information out of a very lonely guy named Brian. Reba had just been informed that she needs to leave her cousin behind because her father had said the things that she's getting involved with, he's not prepared to handle. And Kanamaros has just met a very stoned individual that was trying to explain the ways of the world to him. And Sean went off and took a nap, and now he's talking to some other members of the household. So that's where we last left our adventurers at that point. So without further ado, I would like to start with Kagami and Jen. So the two of you are at your ceremony. At the table, you have Basukos, which is he's the Nuishi, and then Togawa was the anime guy that Kagami knew from beforehand. And then Jen's grandfather, Malzemen, are at the table with the two of them. The height difference is one of the things that Kagami and Jen have really noticed, because at Jen at 6'2", and Kagami, how old were you? How tall were you again? I can't remember. Oh, we lost. Can't hear you there.
Apologies, I was on mute. She's like 5'2". She's super short.
Yeah, so there's a full foot difference between the two of you.
Yeah.
So that's something the two of you guys have really noticed. So they're talking at the table. They're talking about everything, but the two. Kagami, you're really overwhelmed because this is all new for you. As far as they're talking about tribes, they're talking about things going on in the Beast Court, and starting a new Beast Court within the West. And then Jen, you were told you were going to the West, but the Beast Court, starting a Beast Court is new information for you. So they're talking a lot about you, but not talking to you right now. So what do you guys do as you're sitting there at the table?
I mean, I'm kind of just sipping my tea. She's just sitting there at the table and just kind of tilting and tipping. And she's just kind of looking at Stacy. I'm sorry, I don't know. I forgot Stacy's character's name.
Jen.
You just call her Jen.
Jen. Okay. So I'm looking at Jen, and are everybody else speaking, or is it just quiet?
The three of them are speaking. They're all speaking in English, so they're speaking Jen's quiet. She's listening. She's listening as well.
Okay. So I'm gonna wait till they finish speaking, because I'm assuming it pertains to our trip. So I'm just gonna kind of wait and see what they say.
Okay, and then I don't think I was very clear about build, about like how you guys look. Like you, Kagami kind of looks like an anime girl, right? She's very the way she dresses and everything. Like it's just she's 5'2", small, but like other features. Is she like really petite? Is she?
She's petite. I mean, she's Japanese, but almost Americanized Japanese. She pretty much wears just not just, I mean, plain clothes, but she's got like always got some sort of like.
Oh, she froze.
I wonder if
Cartoon
they're.
or whatever.
Oh, there we go.
She's very fair. She's got long black hair, jet black straight that she usually keeps up in a high bun. Brown eyes, just fresh faced, if you will. Clean.
Okay. And then, Jen, if you can describe yourself to the group as well.
Very, very muscular. So tall, fairly lean, but lots of muscle, lots of tone. I mean, I've grown up in the dojo. So black hair, green eyes, Chinese. Yeah, like I'm 6'2" and 230, so like heavy-ish for that weight, but it's just because the amount of muscle that I have. Not quite female bodybuilder looking, but like pushing that, somebody would do like fitness competitions type build. Just very
super
strong.
CrossFit athletic looking.
There you go.
There's not an ounce of fat on her. She's just solid muscle, a 6'2" wall, basically. All right. So as they're talking, at one point, Mao says something, and it's another language, and Basuko, he looks at them and he's just he says, he looks at the two girls and he says, "You have to excuse us. We need to speak in my language to finish details. It would be good if you two talk to each other." And then he turns back to Tagawa and Mao, and the three of them start speaking in it's a Native American language. It's just different. It's completely you can't recognize anything that they're saying.
So Jen should take another sip. Were you voluntold too?
Yes, but I had to fight to prove my honor that I would represent my family well.
Oh.
So I was informed that this is what I would do, but I had to prove that I was worthy.
Gosh, well, they're not gonna make me fight you for that too, right?
No, I was told that we are meant to be together.
Hey, whoa. I don't swing that way, but I can help.
That's not what I meant. That the crow and the cat are meant to be partners. Not in that way.
Don't cats eat birds?
Yes, but I will not.
Well, that's refreshing.
When you say that, you probably both. You don't need to roll for it, but like, Tagawa just starts laughing at the table. He almost spits his tea out, but he keeps talking in Native American with it. But he looks at you and he just totally found funny what you just said. So he's listening to
she
both.
just kind of shrugs and is like,
That's
Well,
I'm
I guess we're
trying
going to
to
be leaving pretty quick. Sorry, go ahead.
That's just, I'm trying to be like, this is all very formal to me. So that's why I'm speaking like, we're not quite friends yet, you know? And so, yes, I believe that we will be leaving very soon. Um, do you know, like, do you know anything of what to expect?
Um, well, I know that expenses paid and it's out of the country, and we're going to start a whole new council over there, I guess.
Have you been to America before?
Visiting, Comic-Con.
So,
Sorry, there's multiples in that statement, so I've been there a few times.
ah, yeah, I, I, I know I have kin there, but I have not left home, not out of the country anyway.
I think I just have extended family and mostly friends, people that I game with online and stuff. They kind of put me up when I visit, so I'll know a couple people. I mean, that's kind of how I met. But is it Basukos?
No, Togawa.
Togawa. Sorry, I get it mixed up. So Togawa.
Tokugawa. Sorry, Tokugawa.
Tokugawa. I met him at a convention, and we've just kind of stayed in touch. Mostly me contacting him, but that's okay. We still know each other.
You guys both notice that their conversation has stopped and they're just looking at you now.
I'll turn and just kind of like glance at them, just, are you staring at me? Is it just that we're done? I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to be disrespectful. Kind of looking at him like, okay.
Tokugawa just gives a slight bow to both of you and just says, we have discussed the trips. You are supposed to go meet an elder that Mao knows, Yang Jintao. Kagami, do you need me to travel with you, or is it okay if I go back to Japan?
I think I can handle this. I've traveled abroad before, so I got this.
So when the ceremony is over, you will the flight will be in the morning, and it will travel. You will fly to Los Angeles, and then from there, Basukosh and Mao will travel with you. They will introduce you to Yang, and the next step of your journey will begin from there. So, with that, he starts to stand up, and then the other two stand up as well.
Stand
So-
up and bow accordingly at their
Very ceremonial, like,
Mao,
so
Mao bows to you, and he bows to everybody, and Mao says, "You you have rooms within our household. Um, we have a room set aside for both of our honored guests. You have the rest. I can't remember what time of the day it is with you guys. Can you remind me what time this started?
I honestly don't remember too much. I thought it was towards like afternoon, evening. I don't remember
Okay,
full on.
so we'll say it's evening then. So, he's like the transport will be in the morning at 8 a.m. You do you need to be awoken at a certain hour to make sure that you are ready?
No, but where am I staying
I
tonight?
will. He turns and looks at Jen and says, Jen, she will be staying in the guest quarters on the second level.
I will
So,
show her where that is.
and I will take our other friend to his guest quarters. I need to speak to him through the evening before we travel. Tomorrow, do you need anything to eat, Miss Jen?
Some seaweed and rice will be fine.
Miss Kagami, do you need anything to eat this evening before retiring for bed? Miss Kagami, do you need anything to eat this evening?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
We will
Sorry.
serve the morning breakfast at 6 a.m. And you said that you do not need to be awoken, so you may arrive to breakfast if you wish. And we will, Jen, you will escort Miss Kagami as needed. Show her your room first before escorting her to her room.
Yes, it would be helpful for her to know where I'm located.
Tokugawa comes up and he bows at you and he's bowing at Kagami and says, I'm very honored to have met you in the past, and I'm very honored that you have chosen this journey. So with that, he leaves the room. Basukos and Mao are leaving one direction, so that leaves the two of you ladies. Is there anything specific you want to do to show her around, or anything specific you guys want to do before bed, or?
I mean, honestly, Jen, I don't really need a tour. I mean, what I saw so far was absolutely lovely. I mean, if you could just show me where my room is and where I'm allowed to like just kind of hang out and watch TV. I need to catch up on some shows.
So so I'm going to ask if there are any areas of the grounds that would be restricted to her.
No areas of the grounds are restricted to her. There are no TVs inside your rooms, so she would have to go to a room that's actually meant to have a TV in. If so, unless she's brought something herself.
I mean, I've got a laptop. I mean, do you have Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, if as long as you have Wi-Fi, just need the password and I should be good.
So they give you the password. The password's not a word. It's just it seems completely random to you. It's upper and lowercase letters. There's numbers and there's symbols in there. So like, it's a pretty strong password. So it's random, but they know what it is. Okay, Stacey, anything you want to do before tomorrow morning?
Well, before I leave to go show her where we're going, I'm going to thank everyone for being there. Tell Tokugawa that it was nice to meet him, and that and thank him for bringing your name again, Kagami, to the ceremony, and respectful about everybody, and then take her out where we need to go.
I have met you before, Jen. I had met you at your naming ceremony 18 years ago. I was present.
Have you known my family long then?
Yeah. My family and your family have been entwined for quite some time. As kinfolk to the Korax, I have worked with the Korax and I have worked within the Beast Court.
Oh, I didn't know. Well,
Your world does not mix with my world. Kagami's world is entwined with my world fully, whereas everything about your world is separate from mine. I just came the day of your naming ceremony as an honored guest.
well, thank you for honoring us with your presence.
I thank you. So he bows to everybody and he leaves, and then at that point you guys all go off your own ways. Cool. Boom. And that brings me to Montana. All right, Montana, you were talking to Brian. He has revealed to you that he works for United Artists. He's not shy the way he talks, but he's kind of awkward around women. And so like that whole interaction when he was trying to hit on the two girls earlier when you stepped in, he's still trying to figure out why you're talking to him. So it's like, it's he's pretty awkward in his conversation with you right now because like he's got this beautiful woman kind of talking to him, kind of feeding information off of him, but he really doesn't know why, you know. So he's got that. That's the point of the conversation you're at right now. It's becoming clear that he's like, "Why are you here?" kind of thing.
Right. And then he, from my notes, knew James Lancaster, who I'm after, correct?
Yeah. And so he knows James Lancaster. You picked up that they're not friends. He does know him though, and it's very clear that like that he said that James Lancaster's here on Wednesday and Friday nights. So being how it's Monday night, he'll be here in 2 nights.
Okay.
So is there anything you want to do with him at this point, or like, how do you want to exit from this conversation? Or
I'm just gonna Brian, are you gonna be here any other day this week? I mean, I'm kind of new in town and I would really like a familiar face. I mean, if I'm gonna frequent this place, and I have such a connection with you, so I would prefer to be here when you're here.
okay. He's kind of stuttering. He's like, I like to come on Mondays because the crowd's not as big. Um, um, I don't like to come on the weekends. I mean, is there a specific night you're looking at? I could find my schedule. He pulls out his cell phone. He's looking at it, going, looking at my calendar. I can move things around. What are you looking at?
I mean, I like typically the easiest days for me to get out and have some fun with some pretty cute guys is like mid to later in the week, but definitely not the weekends. That's
All right.
kind of difficult for me. So like
Well-
maybe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Those are my prime hours.
Okay. I can't do tomorrow. I probably can't do Thursday. I could do Wednesday. I could. I mean, do I just meet you here, or I mean, you're not suggesting a date, are you? Or I mean, I'm not saying no, but I just what are you suggesting?
I mean, not necessarily a date, but if we could just like hang out and get to know each other, I'd really appreciate the company. I mean, if you're not busy and you can fit me in, I mean, I understand you're super busy.
Oh no, yeah, oh,
And you
absolutely.
probably have a million ladies like just on your lap trying to get your attention, but I really
I'd like to say that was the case. I know more guy friends than I have girlfriends. I do. There is a girl that I haven't met that I've been chatting with a lot with online that's from Canada, and she is supposed to be super hot. She sent me some pictures, but I don't know. You know how it is. I don't know if those are really.
No, seriously. Like, when I come back, when we meet up again, like maybe you show me, like, if you're comfortable, you can show me the pictures she sent you, and I can try and interpret what she means, and we can maybe get a better understanding and like just to learn about each other a little bit more.
All right, yeah, and I'll probably have some other friends here on Wednesday night. Like you were asking about James earlier. He'll probably be here Wednesday too.
Oh, he
So,
will?
well, it's you Wednesday and Friday. Those are normal nights. So I mean, it's just so I can
Okay.
probably give you an introduction that night. So,
Well, that'll be fantastic. I mean, no pressure or whatever, but I'm just glad to meet you on Wednesday.
all right, that's good. So so let's do Wednesday 8 o'clock. That way, dinner's not getting in the way or anything like that. We can come here and hang out.
That sounds amazing.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. I mean, if you want to sit and visit a lot more, I'm gonna sit down and just listen to music and here for a bit.
I'll order another drink and chill for a little bit, but then I'll give Brian like the European kisses on the cheek and then make my way out.
Okay, and he's gonna give you his card, and his card comes out real easy. He keeps it in his pocket. It's like it just quickly like here's my card, and it's just hold on.
So Montana also has a card, and she just like I know she like kind of transferred her information previously, but if she didn't give her card previously, she'll hand it over discreetly.
No, you gave it to him earlier, so he's got your
Okay.
card.
Okay.
So his last name, by the way, is Henderson, and it has contact information on there for him.
Brian Henderson.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you're done with Brian. You're gonna have a drink. Anything else you want to do tonight before you wrap up?
Nothing. I'm just gonna go ahead and survey the crowd from the bar to see if there's anything interesting, anything going on. But other than that, I'm just gonna go ahead and observe and finish my drinks and then peace out.
Just out of curiosity, can you give me a perception and alertness roll?
Sure.
Difficulty is 8. You're not really looking for anything specific, but I want to see if you see this.
You said perception and alertness.
Yeah, perception alertness difficulty 8.
I have 1 success.
Be right back.
Right. You look around the crowd. Everybody looks pretty normal. It's just your regular crowd. Nobody really catches your eye, except there is one guy at the bar that he's wearing a suit that it's a little bit too big for him, and he is really observing the crowd. Like, you're nonchalantly observing the crowd, and everybody's looking at everybody in the crowd, but that's the only thing you pick up on him. By looking at him, he's just like, so he's like really intently looking at the crowd. At one point, he makes eye contact with you. What do you do when he makes eye contact with you?
I'm gonna I'm not gonna break eye contact, so I'm just gonna dead on keep I'm not gonna blink. I'm not gonna turn away or anything. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish whatever drink I have, and then I'm gonna lock eyes and walk over to him and say, "Hey, honey, how's it
Okay,
going?"
so you're upstairs in the elite section. So he's downstairs in the main floor. So to get downstairs, you got to walk down that. There's an actual a stairwell to go down. So when you turn around to walk down, you're gonna break eye contact at that point. You walk down the stairs, turn around and look for him, and you don't see him anywhere.
I'm gonna be frustrated and then go over to the bar and order a drink, and then
Okay.
kind of just turn my back to the bar and try to observe the crowd to see if I can find this guy again. I'm gonna try and play it off and be very natural that it's
Okay.
not somebody that got away from me.
All right. How long do you wait at the bar?
I'll wait maybe 5-6 minutes at the very most after I get my drink.
Okay. You don't see him show back up again.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and move around the perimeter, and if I don't see anything, I'll just go ahead and head out and finish my night.
Okay, and then so when you finish your night, you're gonna leave the club and go home, or just gonna stay here for an hour or so, or?
I'll hang out and just observe for a little while, not inside of the club necessarily, but I'm gonna hang out outside and just watch people coming and going who is getting in cars together, especially some of more of the elite people who's pulling up in limousines to be ushered away. But I'm just gonna hang out and take a look to see what's going on. Otherwise, I'm not dealing with anything else that's inside the club currently.
Okay. There's a lot of valet. Anybody that's got money is doing valet. Other people, they're walking a little bit of distance to go to their cars and everything. The club that you guys are at is off of Hollywood Boulevard, and it's a nice club. It's pretty good inside there, but there's not a lot of parking, so people have to park like a block, maybe 2 blocks away to get to their cars. But the valet is pretty good about. The valet has their own parking garage, so when you pull up for valet, they take your car away and come back. Um, there are Uber cars lined up outside just waiting to take people places. And then there's a couple taxis outside there too. Are you looking for anything specific at this point, or you're just observing the crowd?
I'm just observing the crowd. I'm particularly looking for anyone that I've seen in the second level, like the VIP level, jump in the car with anybody else.
Yeah, you see them come by, and the people from upstairs stay with the people upstairs. They don't really, they're not picking up on the crowd from down below. You do see one guy coming out with a couple girls that was upstairs, and the girls that he's with were not upstairs. So you kind of see them, leaving, that kind of thing.
Do I recognize the person as somebody famous, or is it just kind of like a nameless person?
No, I mean you might have seen people as like secondary actors inside shows, but there's no named actors that are up there.
Okay. Well, unless there's anything that piques my interest, I'm just going to go ahead and call it a night and go back to my place.
Okay, yeah, nothing stands out at all. All right, so you're gonna head on home. So let's go off to Miss Yeva. So Yeva, our last conversation was with Dad, and Dad was saying you need to separate from your cousin, and he giving the name James Stopley. But he knows that's an alias, and he doesn't know if that's the correct name, but that's the last name that they have for the man.
Did he give me his picture too?
No, he didn't, because he was talking to you on the phone.
Oh, right. But he gave me his the location that he's supposedly frequents.
Yeah, he lives in Los Angeles, and he goes to a club in Hollywood during the week, and that he works within circles of like secondary or tertiary circles of people within Hollywood, like names. But you would never see James and Spielberg standing next to each other, or even Chris Pratt next to each other, but you might see him standing next to one of the guards, one of the prisoners that was in Guardians of the Galaxy, so that kind of thing.
Okay. All right, so when we get to LA, I'm gonna go back home where my mom lived, and make that my base for the time being, and do a little sleuthing online, see if I can figure out what this guy looks like, so that I know when I see him.
When you get home, Mom's still there, and she was supposed to have been gone because Dad said, I moved her out because for her safety, I'm moving her out of the house. So you thought, because he talked to you 2 days ago saying that he was taking care of it, but Mom's still there, and it doesn't look like she's packing.
Mom?
And she, oh, honey, come in, Yeva. So good to see you.
Have you talked to my dad recently?
Oh, yeah, that bastard talking about all kinds of crazy things. So what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. I might be in town for a little while, but I thought that you were not going to be here.
Why would you think I'm not going to be at my own house?
What did Dad tell you?
Dad's talking his doom and gloom stuff, and then she looks around. There's nobody else in the house, but she looks around and she's like some Bastet thing. But I don't know. Your father had spoken of that bad stuff in the past, and I don't really follow it, and I don't really buy it all the time. So I'm not going to uplift my life just because he has a feeling about something.
Okay, well, apparently some of this stuff that I've kind of I got a lead on some stuff, and Dad is really worried, and he thinks that you might be in danger.
Well,
So
he kind of said that.
maybe you should just take a little vacation for a while I figure out how bad this is going to be.
He says I have an open-ended ticket to the home country, that I can just go to the airport and it's there in my name. All I have to do is show my passport and ID.
Look, Mom, you work so hard, and it's been a long time since you've gone back. Why don't you just take a little vacation? Take some time for yourself, see the rest of the family. Just, you know, just take a little break.
Honey, I don't know. It just doesn't seem the timing's just wrong. I mean, they don't even want Americans to travel abroad, so it's just going to be a hassle at this point.
It would make me feel a lot better to not have to worry about you while I'm working on this story.
Let's do a die roll because you're trying to talk your mom into something that she doesn't want to do. We're going to do, unless you have a better roll, I'm going to say charisma, either performance or not performance, empathy maybe?
That's the same to me.
Okay, so try charisma and empathy then, unless you got something else you want to tie into there. But
I guess I'm not really using subterfuge with my mother.
yeah, because you're more or less being honest with her.
All right, we'll try that. And 0 successes.
Okay, and so she's just like, honey, why don't I make us something to eat and we can talk about this? I just it doesn't make any sense to me. Where's Sam at?
Dad said that he couldn't be involved, so he's going to take a break too. I'm telling you, it sounds like these people are not they're not good people.
So Sam is not. He's going to leave you during this time.
He can't be involved. He doesn't have any way of protecting himself. And neither do you, frankly. So at least if you're back in Armenia, then they can't reach you as easily, and you'll have Dad there and the other kin, and they'll be able to keep you safe when I can't be here to do that.
All right, try it again at a lower difficulty because it's starting to make sense to her.
What's the difficulty?
5.
3 successes.
There you go. So she's like, "What have you gotten yourself into?" So now she's like visibly upset. She's like, "What have you gotten yourself into? Are you going to be okay? I'm not just worried about myself now. I'm worried about you."
Look, I can protect myself. I just can't protect myself and you or Sam.
How long will I have to be gone?
I don't know.
What do I take with me? Can I? Dad said, your father said to pack lightly. I mean, is that one suitcase, or I don't know. I mean, I don't have a lot of clothing that's even acceptable in the home country anymore.
You know, I'm sure you can get whatever you need when you get there. I think speed is more important. I don't know how many alarm bells I may have triggered already, but the sooner that you can get to safety, the better.
Okay, I'm gonna call your father, and I'm gonna start to pack. Um, make yourself comfortable. It's your home, always your home. I'll be back in a little bit. I need to talk to him. So she walks away. She's upset. She's not sobbing, but she's like almost at the point where it's obvious that she's like almost at the point to start crying. And then she walks off to her back bedroom.
Okay. Now I'm gonna use those internet tricks that Sam taught me and start poking around, see if I can figure out who this guy is.
Nothing comes up on James Stockley. There is. What do you got? You have computer skill, right?
Yeah.
Either use wits or intelligence with your computer.
Okay.
And difficulty 6. Let me know what you got.
One.
Okay, you're not finding any things on James Stockley, but you have found another James, a name that appears in association with a lot of in a support role from movies.
I'm gonna follow that trail and
Okay.
just see what happens.
Okay, the name's James Lancaster. So that's there's no James Stockley at all, but James Lancaster does come up quite a bit, and he does live here in Los Angeles.
Can I get a visual on him?
Yeah.
Okay, does it say what I can't remember, did I have in my notes that my dad mentioned what restaurant to look for him at?
Yeah, it's a nightclub. It's a restaurant during the day, and then right around 5 o'clock they stop seating people for the restaurant, and then it turns into a nightclub. They move all the tables out, and it's in North Hollywood.
Okay.
You've been seen to frequent there.
Okay, then I might as well go scope it out tonight, but I want to make sure. Okay, so I'll close down my research so mom doesn't get into it and
Okay.
see what I've been doing.
Everything's incognito mode, so she doesn't see anything. So, and it's your laptop anyway. So,
Right. But
you were very intent on your computer when you closed everything down, close your laptop up, and now you're kind of aware with your surroundings at this point. She's yelling in Armenian in her bedroom, like she is just, how could you let this happen to her? You black bastard! How could you let this happen? You and all of this. She's just screaming in Armenian at this point, and she's like, "This is our little girl. She's not supposed to be in your world. She's in my world. What is going on? How did you let this happen?"
Okay, I'm gonna go knock on the door.
And so she's like in mid cursing. You say, yes.
I can hear you.
She opens the door up and she's like tears are running down her face and everything. She's like, I'm okay. Honey, I'm sorry. I'm talking to your father on the phone. I'm going to go. You're gonna be safe. You're gonna take care of yourself. All right. Your father says I have to leave as soon as possible. I'm going to pack one bag. He's going to take care of me when I get there. I will move in with family. But he doesn't want to tell me the arrangements over the phone. I'm just supposed to go and my ticket's arranged when I get to the airport.
Is he What did he say about your phone?
I'm supposed to leave my phone here.
Okay.
I have your number. I will call you when I get there if that's all right. Is that
Yes,
okay?
please.
Okay. You still have the same number, right? And you don't have the same number, remember? You're using
Well,
Virgin phones now.
did I lose my other phone or did I just make the calls on the new burner? Do I have both?
You have both, but you took the battery out of your regular phone. So
Right.
on Sam's advice and your dad's advice was to take that battery out or destroy it. But as soon as you put the battery back in, if somebody's tracking you, they'll
Okay, look, Dad will know how to contact me. Just let me know when you're all settled in, and I'll talk to you when I can.
I can't believe I'm only gonna see I'm gonna have the Uber come soon, as soon as it can, and then I'll be leaving for the airport. He says um the flight here is within 2 hours, so I should go.
Do you want me to wait for you?
Yeah, if you can wait for me while I wait before I go, it would be good to calm my nerves to have you here. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna stay in helper pack and um, try and keep her sane while we're waiting for the car.
Um, she keeps like she wants to hear what you're talking, like what have you been up to? But every time she starts to like ask the questions, she knows she shouldn't be, so she'll sob a little bit. But you've been well, right? You've been taking care of yourself.
Yeah, Mom, I'm fine. Look at me, I'm fine.
Okay. Um, and then she gets a notification on her phone that the Uber driver's going to be pulling up. And she's like, do I just give you my phone or do I just leave it here? What do I do?
I'll take care of it.
I feel like I'm in some kind of James Bond movie or something. This is not my life.
I know it's a little bit weird. Look, it's only temporary. We'll figure it out, and then when this is done, then we'll be together again. Don't worry about it. Try and relax. Have a nice trip. Go see your family.
All right. She gives you a big hug, like just a strong bear hug kind of hug. She's like, 'cause she doesn't know when she's gonna see you again. So, she's like, I gotta go. I gotta go. I,
Thanks,
I,
Mom.
I'll get with your father and I will contact you as soon as I can.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too.
Be
And then
careful.
so she leaves.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna take the battery out of her phone too, and like not lose the phone, but put it in a safe place where people may not find it, just in case.
Okay.
And then put like my laptop and stuff, um, hide that as best I can in case somebody comes looking, because I don't want to bring that to the club, do I?
I would,
Actually,
yeah, unless you have like a big bag that you can hide it. So
well, I'm sure I do have a bag, but I mean that would still look weird. You know, I have done this before because I've been in this business for a while. So I probably got a couple of hiding spots. So I'll go ahead and stow it, and then go out to see the club, see if I can track down this guy.
Okay, so we're looking at you're on one day ahead so you're on Tuesday right now. So you get to the club. Are you taking an Uber or are you driving there? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'll take an Uber.
So you take the Uber, you tell them the name of the club, and they know where the club's at. They get you there, they drop you off. When the guy's just saying, Hey, if you want to Uber me, I can come back later tonight. Do you know what time you're going to be done, or
I don't know.
is that all right? Well, I'm going to do other trips tonight, though. You know, have fun.
Thank you.
So you get up to the club, and it's a pretty mixed club. It's nicer. People are dressed up. It's obviously when you walk up, it's a Tuesday night, so there's like the line is just for checking IDs, and to make sure that nobody has a weapon going in. But it's not a long line at all. The guy at the front door, big guy, he has a nice suit on and he's got an earpiece in.
I'm going to show him a fake ID.
All right. He's gonna look at it, he's gonna look at you, and he's like, all right, go on in.
I just nod,
Okay.
walk in.
So you get inside, downstairs, it's a dance floor, but it's been, but like it could definitely double as a restaurant as far as where the dance floor is and everything. There's a real nice bar directly across, and set up next to the bar is like a little DJ booth, but it's not there all the time. There's a stairwell that goes to a second floor, and there's a guard in front of that stairwell, and there's some people upstairs. They're like tertiary actors in movies. You've seen a lot of them before, but no big name faces or big names or anything like that.
Hmm. I'm gonna walk through and just kind of take a cursory glance. Like walk through to go to the bathroom or something.
Okay.
Just kind of glance around.
They're just normal people, just regulars, just nightclub people, and nobody's like they're coming in from different areas and everything. It's a Tuesday night, but it's not a rave atmosphere. It's just a regular nightclub atmosphere inside here.
Is there anything with a good view of the second floor, but like not actually on the second floor?
So the second floor has like a balcony area to it. So like if you are sitting, if you go directly on the opposite wall on the ground level, you can look up and see upstairs there too. Just because of the angle, you can look up.
Okay. Then I'm gonna get a drink at the bar and just kind of watch people.
Okay. It's a go ahead and give me perception and alertness. Difficulty is 8.
Dang it! I got 2 10s and 2 1s.
Well, you got nothing. So you don't see anything out of the normal. Nothing catches your eye.
Okay. I'm just gonna watch for a while.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna have you watch there. I'm gonna catch up to Jerome now. Jerome, we got Ketamoros. We last left you off. You were talking to the mother of the household. There's 2 families that live in this house. It's 5-bedroom place, and she's talking about how she's getting everything ready for dinner tonight. So like it's they try to get everybody in the house together at one time to sit down and eat dinner together. So they're just doing a big spaghetti and meatball dinner is all. And so she had offered for you to go watch TV, but you really weren't interested. And Sean was taking a nap at this point last that we left you off. So what would you like to do at this point? You got about maybe a half an hour before dinner happens.
I think at this point, I am. The only thing I'm really understanding at this point is what I can control. So I am going to do some laps around the house.
Okay.
And just sprint.
Oh, so you're gonna go? Okay.
Yeah, just as fast as I can. I don't care how it looks or whatnot. There's just too many people in this small house. A lot of Weaver tech that I'm not used to. So I'm gonna burn off some frustration.
All right. So
Which
you're doing
apparently
full out
chopping wood
sprint
is
laps.
negative vibes for Stoner Boy.
So you're doing full out sprint laps around the house. About 15 minutes, you're just running at this point. After like your fourth lap, Sean's like on the porch. He's standing there just like he's watching you approach him as you're just hauling ass. And so like, and you see Sean there. Do you slow down to stop to him, or you just run past him?
No, I'm focused. You know, on your left.
Okay.
Just
So he
just blow right
so
by. And the only thing I'm
walks
concerned
over-
with is I don't run into anybody, you know, who might be coming out. So I'm not just
you're fine.
gonna blindly bull somebody over. But other than that, no, I'm just
I would
getting a
assume
workout.
you're keeping a good 10-foot perimeter away from the house. If anybody steps out, they're not going to walk right into you. So, so he sees you coming. He's like, "Hey, man!" So, so you do another lap. You come around, and he's standing there, and this time you see him like waving at you, like, "Hey!"
Burn by again. I'll probably burn by a couple more times until I feel like I finally got, you know, an exhaustion going on. Like,
All right, so
I feel like I've accomplished something with my, you know, with my irrelevant land gains.
So you did 4 laps before he got out there, and then he's trying to get your attention now for 6 more laps, and so like you've done a total of 10 laps, and so you feel good, like you're not exhausted, but you've done a good run.
Okay.
So now you're kind of jogging it out at this point. So do you jog it out and run up to him at this point? And he's
Yeah,
like,
I'll just pause in front of the house at this point. You know, so I'm sure it's probably pretty close to whatever designated time they indicated was going to be dinner. So
yeah. So he's like, "Man, slow down. It's almost dinner time and we got to talk. Um, so hey, we got another guest coming tonight, man. I think you're gonna want to meet. I would have said shower and stuff, but it's like almost dinner stuff time. He's not here yet though. So I don't know if you want to go like freshen up and everything, because he's supposed to be somebody special. I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
special as in Metis.
no, it's just he doesn't come around these parts that often. His name's William, man. They call him the Nose. You should call him the Nose because that's what they call him. But yeah, William's supposed to be here, and he's supposed to join us for dinner, and then he's supposed to talk to you and me about the Moonbridge stuff.
Ah. So I am not dressed appropriately to speak about a moon bridge?
No, not, dude. I'm gonna go inside and eat, man. Just I just wanted to let you know William's coming. Okay, he's like
Noted.
he's where like us, man. But I don't know what he is. He's big like you, but I'm not sure what he is.
Then I will make use of your water utilities to freshen up.
Oh, the bathroom? Yeah, go ahead. I'm sure I just got a knock. That's all. That's like I learned that early on. Don't just open the door. They don't like that here.
Very well.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna, while they're getting ready for dinner, then I'm just going to march up to the bathroom and just pound on the door.
Okay.
Just
There's nobody in there.
yeah, I'm just. And then when there's no response, that must be the all clear. So I'm just going to, enter in at that point.
So you're like washing your face to get ready and stuff like that.
No, I'm
sorry.
marveling at the plumbing. We didn't have this. So I'm just like, I mean, I understand the concept. The knobs activate the water and whatnot, but it's like, huh? Fucking Weaver Tech. Just adjust the water appropriately and just take my time.
So I think it'd be fair to say it takes you twice as long as it should take you.
Probably.
There's a knock at the door, but it's like a hesitant knock. It's like knock, knock, knock.
Okay, well then I wrap myself, in a towel, You tie it off and then just open the door.
There's a girl that's like 15 out that's dining outside. She's like, why are
Yes?
you naked?
I'm donning a towel.
I'm sorry. Dinner, like mom set me up because dinner's starting. Sean said you were just gonna like freshen up. Didn't say you were taking a shower or anything. I'll tell mom you're getting ready. Okay. Sorry.
Thank you, little one. And just shut the door.
You about to say something. It's like mid-sentence, like, and
And I just start, getting dressed again.
Okay. So you get all dressed. You step outside and you hear downstairs. There's like a big banging at the door, like the way you were just banging on the door. That's somebody's at the front door banging on the front door the same way.
Okay.
So and then you can hear like muffled like whoa, whoa, people are talking in the background and like that, like so like they're greeting somebody.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to go investigate this, whatever they've indicated as food.
Okay. So you get downstairs. There's an 8-year-old boy and a 10-year-old boy and the 15-year-old girl are all sitting at the table eating. All the adults are all in the family room, like near the front door, just talking to this huge guy that had just came in that you've never seen before.
Okay. So I'm going to hover over said pot of spaghetti and what. So does it have meat in it?
Yeah. So you walk. So in the kitchen you've got a big pot of just spaghetti,
Mm-hmm.
and then next to it you've got a pot of meat sauce, and then next to that you've got a pot of meatballs in a sauce.
Okay. And
like
I'm just going to pause and turn around and take a sniff and then look at whomever is there in general. What is the meat made from?
The 10-year-old boy kind of sits up and says, the meat made from, it's beef.
Cow.
Yeah, cow. Well, we when they're alive, we call them cows. When we eat them, we call them beef. So, and the little boy next to him, the 8-year-old, just laughing. She's like, we call them cow and beef.
So I just use whatever is there for the tong, for tongs to scoop out some spaghetti into.
There's plates.
A plate, and some sauce that does not have beef in it.
So the sauce is a meat sauce. So there's definitely like you go to the sauce.
I will skip the meat sauce.
Okay. You'd have to strain it pretty well to get the meat out of it.
Right,
so.
yeah, then I will just skip that, and if there's butter available or something, I will just actually, given my appetite, I'll probably just lop half of the stick in half and drop it into the spaghetti that I have and just let it melt and merge.
All right, and you've got bread and you've got salad there if you want any of that. So you're just helping yourself to all the food that's over there. The kids are already eating. You can hear behind you the people are still visiting, and you hear your name mentioned a couple times.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna take my plate into the other room. Like we don't have these sort of social standards. Like everybody gathers around a table, sort of thing. It's like you just sit down, you eat wherever.
So you're gonna go
so
back.
I'm
like
just gonna take the plate with the fork and walk into the living room to see why they're mentioning my name.
All right. So you come walking in with your plate. You're like looking for a seat, and there's obviously seats. Like there's a couch here and everything, and you just sit down. And Sean's like, "Oh, dude, here, yeah. This is William. William is 6'9", and he's just a big guy.
Okay.
He's just extremely hairy, big beard, looks kind of like a mountain man kind of person. And he's wearing like a ski cap over the top of his head, like a beanie kind of thing over the top of his head.
Mm-hmm.
Mountain man clothes. He's got the whole plaid shirt, denim, and the suspenders. He's got a shotgun over his shoulder, and he's got a big Bowie knife on his hip.
Okay.
And Sean's like, Catamaris, this is William Catamaris. And he kind of like does this backwards bow kind of thing, like, let it begin, whatever. Like, he's just kind of like.
And then I'm just going to, from my seat, I'm just going to nod and inhale the rest of the spaghetti.
The mom that you were talking to earlier said, everybody else just go sit down, go eat, go feed yourselves. And he's like, Sean, you're not helping much. Go eat. And she's like, William, Canallaros, he's new to our world in general. So he's not used to a lot here. Canallaros, William he spends a lot of time alone. So I'm not sure how to make your conversation go any better, other than to say, you two need to talk. So William, why don't you get yourself something to eat? You guys can visit out here, and the rest of us will sit at the table. And Sean was halfway to the kitchen, and he's like, I can come back and talk. And William just said, no. He looks to you and he just says, I will put my things down here and I will return. So he goes off, he comes, and so like there, and he talks to them and everything, and he comes back and he sits down on the couch across from you, and he's eating, and he's just kind of looking at you at first. He's like, how long have you been in our world?
I don't exactly have a calendar, but I believe it would be roughly 2 weeks.
I don't really pay attention to calendars. I just wanted to know if it was weeks, days, months, or years. Some people, when they say not long, it doesn't mean anything. So about 2 weeks. All right. It's probably about how long it's been since I've actually talked to a person. About 2 weeks.
Then why are you here?
I understand you need to work on a moon bridge, and I know that, right?
Very well.
And I'm supposed to come with you when the others get here.
And who are these others?
Did the idiot not say anything to you about what's going on?
He rambled frequently, often incoherently, as if he was on some sort of fungus byproduct.
Yeah, mind-numbing drugs. His mind's not all here. At one time, Sean was a fantastic storyteller, a fantastic member of his species. I don't know what it's going to take for him to get clean. I'm hoping that another Korax will be here, because, in my opinion, this one is useless.
Well, they have their uses, but he has been a bit of a distraction.
I would assume that. So the others. We are starting a beast court here within the Americas. Are you familiar with that term?
I'm familiar with the term, but I'm not familiar with the location in which I am currently residing.
Oh, we're in Milwaukee, and it's not going to be here. The moon bridge is so that we can cross over and not be tracked when we go over to the other end. The Beast Court there, it's going to have an Asian flair to it, and have training there, so that those within the Beast Court can receive training to become an actual court. 2 members, from what I understand, are coming from Asia. And then these ones from Asia are supposed to recruit others along the way. Within the litany, it says which members will be coming. So I don't know exactly who is coming, but I know I am supposed to be there. And when I heard that you had returned, I knew that I needed to come this way.
Very well. This Asia you speak of, is this a continent in the east?
Yes. What are you familiar with as far as continents of the world, and how long have you been gone?
The world consisted of Rome when last my people walked this earth.
Rome, and that's it? Like Rome conquered a lot of countries. Did you know of like,
Rome was the world.
well, Rome had expanded, so like they had to take like just going to get some history on here. Are we looking at German culture? Are you looking at Israeli? Are we looking at Gauls? I mean, like
I don't
what?
know what an Israeli is, but Germania would be appropriate. That was
Okay,
their term for us.
all right. So you've been gone for a while. Okay. Are you familiar with the concept of the world as a globe, at least?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what you know. I mean, it's
We
I
are
mean,
not ignorant. We have working concepts of much of the modern era. We just have no practical knowledge of it, as it has
okay.
been provided to us from afar.
I mean, I've met idiots that believe the world is flat that live today. All right. So I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just trying to get what you know. All right. So, um, okay. So you understand the world's a globe. So like, if I were looking at the globe, like Rome is here, and then we're like on the other side of the world over here. This is North America, and Asia is kind of over here. I mean, is this familiar to you at
If I
least?
understand correctly, the older nomenclature for this area was the Pure Lands.
That is correct. Yes. Okay. So after the War of Rage, um, the Garal, the the werewolves did their own thing, and they separated. And in North America, the werewolves have really ruled this land, and the others, such as myself and Sean over here, have kind of taken a back seat to how things are going. We've worked within the background, but it's time for us to step forward and unite our strength. Um, so the two members they're bringing forward represent the Beast Course of the East to help us establish this unification here within with this continent.
Very well.
So you're not from America, they're not from America. You're going to represent your tribes, your people itself within this.
That is what my tribal leaders have told me.
All right. So any questions for me before we start working on this ritual? The ritual will take several days to get together, and it will probably take several days for the others to get here. But I'll need your help specifically on chopping trees down, realigning stones, and making the structure that we are working with here.
Sean had indicated there was a cairn that would be utilized nearby. Is it neglected?
The cairn's not neglected. It is disputed would be a better way to describe it. Um, the wolves say it's theirs, but nothing truly belongs to any tribe. I mean, Gaia says it belongs to the earth, so it belongs to all of us. Um, Technically, it's in my territory, but I don't care about those kind of things. But for the purpose of this rite and ritual, I'm going to stand forward and say that this is mine, and we're using it because it's my cairn.
Very well.
We will have a wolf present. We'll have the two of us. We'll have Sean, and Sean will definitely, I'm hoping to be replaced, and we will have the others as well.
So be it.
So Other than that, is there anything specific that you need to know from me?
Anything I might need to know is secondary to the overall goal. So I
All
need
right.
nothing at this point in time.
Well, out of courtesy, since they're in the other room over here, really aren't listening to us, I can tell you that I am Bear. And what is your animal form?
I'm afraid I would not fit.
How do you mean?
My size.
I don't know what that means.
This domicile lacks the dimensions to hold my current size.
Oh, well, mine as well. I mean, if I were to change, unless you're a Mokale that's gonna burst through the roof of the house, um, uh, we can talk privately. But that's for the ritual itself. I'll need to know before the ritual, um, what your animal nature is, so I can make sure that the ritual is appropriate.
Very well.
So I understand you've just met me. Maybe there's a trust issue, but I will need to know before we perform as part of the preparation.
Then I will make sure it is known then.
All right. So with that, he's just going to want to just do at this point just small talk with you about like the area and that kind of thing. He wants to know kind of like what you know about nature. He's trying to feel out that information from you, conversation wise. Like how much do you know about nature? Are you pretty knowledgeable, or is it?
My people reside in the summer country.
All right. So, so he's going to feed whatever information he can out of there. We don't need to role play all that,
Sure.
but that's kind of where he's going to be going from you, just to kind of bond with you to see where you're at.
Yeah, he's very familiar with nature and the wilds.
Cool. So he definitely has a good feeling about you. So when you got a good feeling about him, kind of the opposite of the feeling that you had from Sean. So he's probably the closest. I mean, you've met the two families that live here. You've met all those people, and they're all just humans, So you have no bond or tie to any of them. And then other than like there's one guy that's kinfolk to you, but it's like loosely like
right.
ancestry.com that kind of thing. It's really distant. But he's the only one you have any kind of relation to. But now you've actually felt like you've met somebody in this world that can probably understand what you're talking about.
Very well.
Because he's very down to earth.
That works.
All right. Rachel's not there, so let's go back to
Rachel's there.
Rachel alert. Okay. So next morning, Rachel and Stacy are getting up. You guys wake up. Is there anything special you guys want to do, or we're just gonna get ready and go?
Just get food and go. Basically, make sure she's got everything, all her chargers, all of her stuff.
I'm gonna make sure that I, talk to my family. You said before, so grandfather's not traveling with, right? Or you said you said Mouse, and I got confused.
Yeah. No, Mao is your grandfather. Your grandfather's name is Mao Zeman.
Right. So is he going to be traveling with us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I will make sure that I'll probably. Am I close to the dojo, or are we? Do I live I can't remember if we said that it's separate.
The dojo is part of the property. You can easily get to it if you want to work out in the morning before you go.
Okay, so I'm going to work out in the morning, and then that will give me a chance to say goodbye to my father and my uncle.
Cool. All right, so you say goodbyes to everybody, and then Rachel, you just wanted to eat and get all your stuff together, so you guys are good.
Yeah.
It gets to a point so that
yeah, pretty much they just need to tell me where to go.
Okay, so a nice car pulls up for you guys. So and you guys, it's just time to go to the airport. You guys, it's the two of you plus oh gosh, where's his name? There it is. Basukos and Mao Zemin. So the four of you guys are going, and you have a driver taking you. Okay. You guys get there. When you park in front of the airport, the driver gets out, helps you unload and everything. And he says, "I will take care of the luggage." He looks at Mao. He says, "I will take care of the luggage master. Travel safely. I will see you when you return." And then he bows to him, and they bows back. Um, uh, Mala and Busukos are like, they're like, "Okay, ladies, let us go. The flight will be leaving in about 2 hours."
Okay. She's gonna text her mom and say, "Hey, going to America for a while. See you when I get back."
All right, it's about 7 in the morning. Mom's gonna text you back, and she's just like, "What?" with all kinds of exclamation points. Just what's going on?
I told you, Comic-Con. Do I need to
Uh,
roll for bluff and a text?
um, sure.
Like, I told you about this. It's whatever con. She's gonna look up a quick con that's coming around. So what do I need to roll? Like, I don't know.
Well, that's
Charisma,
either
subterfuge,
yeah,
charisma and subterfuge.
yeah.
2. 2.
2 successes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so she replies back. She's like, "Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, all right. You're staying with your friends, right?"
Yeah, and we're gonna take a little bit of a road trip while we're there. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I'll keep you posted.
Okay, send pictures like you always do.
Of course.
All right, so she's all good. Jen, you see her texting away over there. I mean, you're like, you know how to use a cell phone, but you are not a texter. So like, so she's just like doing her whole
Thumbs,
thing.
you can't even see them. They're so quick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna see what she's doing. I'm mostly gonna be watching the crowd and things like that. I mean, obviously, I've had a bad experience, and so I'm wary of strangers. So I'm gonna be scanning the crowd, see if I see anything that looks suspicious, anything I need to be aware of. Also watching my grandfather to see how he's reacting to things around us.
Grandfather and the other guy are very calm. They're just calmly looking at the crowd. They're not tense at all. And it's a busy airport. That's all. I mean, there's nothing stands out as suspicious or sinister or anything like that.
Can I try to catch her eye and I see that she's kind of stiff, so to speak?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look at her and like mouth, relax. It's okay. You can come sit by me if you want.
And this is your first time. This is your first time ever traveling, Jen.
Right.
No.
Right. That's what I was gonna tell her. I'm gonna go ahead and go sit by her and be like, I've never done this before. Like, I'm not familiar with airports and long flights, and I don't know what to do.
I have a fix for that, and she's gonna take her with our stuff, and she's gonna tell her grandfather, "We'll be right back." I'm gonna direct her to like a nearby bar.
Okay.
And I'm gonna buy her a shot of, let's say it's like vodka or something. I'm like, okay, she's gonna put it in front of you. Down this.
I'm gonna kind of look at her funny, but then go ahead and drink it.
Okay, and she motions to the bartender, one more. And then basically, there you go. That should keep you relaxed.
So you've never had vodka before. You've had sake, but you've never had vodka before.
Yeah. So I mean,
Kind of warm.
I was gonna say I'm gonna kind of, it's a weird taste. Given my size, I don't know how much 2 shots is gonna do for me, but
To take the edge off.
yeah. So I'm just kind of and then drink another one and be like, kind of making the
There
weird,
you
you
go.
know, the heck, you know,
You like
this
uh,
stuff.
uh.
So
Cat coughing up hairball kind
No.
um,
She'll give her a chaser of like, I don't know, like Coke or something.
yeah,
All right. And
There you
you've had
go.
Coke before, but you don't keep Coke in the house. So,
yeah, we're more healthy, you know,
yeah.
health conscious. Didn't get
Here
the
you
no
are
body
talking to
fat,
Coke
you know, muscles and crap.
with
So
shots of vodka
I
and a
hope you've
regular
got.
Coke.
I'm gonna enjoy the sweetness of the Coke. Like, you know, I'll even just tell you know, oh, you know, I don't get this very often, and so I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm still gonna be
And
like,
you can taste the syrup. It's like it's really sugary for you, but
yeah,
Don't worry. Maybe you've got some good willpower because in America, that's the land of all fat. So, there'll be pressure for you to have other stuff, but I can see how fit you are. You'll be okay. There's also like health nuts there too. So it's okay. But do you feel better now?
I appreciate that you're trying to help me. So I feel better knowing that somebody is watching out for me and wants me to be comfortable. I appreciate that. Thank
Of
you.
course. We're in this together. So
I guess so. So I'm
I-
starting to kind of warm up to her.
okay.
Yeah.
You guys probably talk about like America, just questions about what am I going to see there. You tell her it's a 12-hour flight and all that kind of stuff. So like, we've got time to get to talk to each other and know each other. So,
I'm just gonna start talking about anime and comic cons, and like this is what I've learned about America since attending those events. Gamer funk and don't leave your stuff unattended. You know,
That is definitely good to know.
she's gonna
I'm
just start chatting your ear off. Whether or not you're listening, she doesn't care. She's just talking to
I
distract.
mean, I'm interested in the parts about like what she's seen in America as far as the anime stuff. I'm just kind of like, uh-huh, cool. Yeah. So just kind of humoring her.
and then
Yeah. Oh, I know it's ear service. So that's fine.
with anime, like if you ever talk about a battle in anime, like if they start, like how the fights and everything happen, that's really gonna, Jen will start to really key into there and like start asking about, okay, how'd the fight go, or what kind of moves did they do, and
What
you
weapons
don't
did
know the
they have?
styles or anything like that. You're gonna be like, oh, I don't know, he threw a punch, so
I'll describe it as best I can, and then I'll pull up clips on her phone to show the example of it.
I'll be interested in watching that.
Add a character. I don't know. I know a lot of animes are just kind of like, um, there's a lot of show, but some animes they'll actually show real moves, like combat moves kind of thing. So they pay attention to that. So,
I don't watch much anime much myself in general, other than like Sailor Moon. I don't watch a lot of new stuff, but we'll
okay.
say she does.
Okay.
And she'll pull up like, I don't know, like Gundam Wing or something. I don't know.
So there's a show that comes up that like actually shows combat, like hand-to-hand combat. That's something that really catches your eye. So,
Like JoJo.
What is it?
Like JoJo.
I don't know. I don't know anything about the show.
Yeah, no,
so.
it's just it's one of those anime that's got a lot of fighting in it, and all the characters are fighters to some degree.
Okay. So you'll find something like that you focus on. So now you've got something to talk to her about that maybe that's on the outside of her wheel, but like it's still because it's animated. Now you guys are bonding a
Yeah,
little more.
I kind of pick up that she's more interested in like the fight stuff. So I'll concentrate or tailor that conversation more to that because I see that she actually is paying attention now that I'm picking her interest.
There we go. So now that actually brings you closer to a bond at that point. So you're talking about that level. So, and you yourself, you have no experience in fighting, so this is like a new
Yeah.
conversation for you. So it's like, you're like,
It's
I like
informative.
the anime part. I've never appreciated the fighting part. So like, you know, Stacy's character could be like, okay, great, that would work, but that's not going to work. He'd break his fist if he punched him that way, or if he tried to block it that way, he'd break his wrist. You know, so like you could pick apart the anime on that level, and so now you have a new level of appreciation for the show that because you're looking at it from there. So
Awesome.
So like I'm laughing and like, you know, I'm enjoying and I'm laughing and stuff like that. And so then when she, you know, do stuff else, like you just saying, you're like, that wouldn't happen. You know, that's not a real move. That's not, you know, so I'm like, I'm laughing, but she's probably confused about it.
right.
Now that's where I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
So after enough time goes by, Mal's gonna like, okay, it is time to board the airplane. They guide you. You two are sitting together, and the two of them are sitting together. You're not in first class. You're in the general section of the plane, but it's the intercontinental flights are all pretty nice, you know. So and so just and they Mal turns to you to Jen and just says, has has Kagami explained to you about what to expect on the plane and what to expect on the trip?
Did you?
I would say, yeah, she would have broke that all down for you.
Yeah.
So I
So
could have
yeah.
seen you were apprehensive and stuff. Like, okay, this is what I know when I travel and all that, and this is what to expect when we get there.
So he says, I will sit with our other friend, and you two ladies will sit together. If you have questions, you may come to us. We will know where you're seated on the plane. Um, keep yourselves as private as possible. Other people will ask questions, just, you know, because if they are Americans, they like to ask questions. So just be as polite as possible. But do you, Stacy had a character I can't remember. What languages do you speak?
Just English and various Chinese dialects, as far like Chinese enough to understand other dialects, primarily Mandarin.
Okay, and then Rachel, you are English and Japanese.
I believe so. I don't think I picked up any other languages.
Okay,
Just looking real quick. Yeah,
so
I don't see anything else.
so he just says to you, if you could teach each other a little bit of each other's language, that would be helpful. But it is only a 12-hour flight.
I mean, you can learn a lot in 12 hours.
So that's
So she'll
pretty long
start
time.
teaching, but she'll pull up anime subtitles.
There you go. When we get to Los Angeles, I do not know if Yang is meeting us at the airport or if we are going to meet him at his dojo when we arrive. I will when we touch back down. I have not been able to get a hold of him this morning. When we arrive within America, I will confirm what the next step is after we retrieve our luggage.
And as she's going through, just to say she's going through, and she put like the subtitles for the anime. So just to kind of match it up, whatever I'm learning in Japanese, I'm teaching her the same words.
There you go.
Mandarin.
Cool. So you guys are like pick up like hello, goodbye, no, yes, all that kind of just quick commands. Okay. So you guys are in flight. We're off to Montana. Montana, it is Tuesday morning. You wake up. What are our plans? Do you have anything going on before Wednesday, going back on Wednesday night, or are you just...
I'm going to check my phone, just see if there's anything that's come my way, and kind of just maybe take in the city in the
Okay.
meantime.
You get a voicemail through your business line from Brian that says he enjoyed meeting you last night, and he looks forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
Okay. I'm going to wait a little bit, probably till like closer to end of day, and then I'll text him on his line and just say, XOXO, got your message. Thank you for reaching out, and then kissy face.
All right. So that'll bring us to Wednesday night. You're supposed to be there at 8. Anything you want to do before you go?
Nothing in particular. I'm just going to make sure that I'm caught up and completely aesthetically ready to go. And I'm just going to head out to the club.
Okay. You get there, and Richard's at the front door again. You walk up, he recognizes you, and he's like, "Welcome back."
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great, doing great. So, you meeting anybody tonight, or you fitting in well?
I'm fitting in. I am actually. I'm supposed to meet someone tonight, but everything's pretty good. How are you? How's business?
Business is business. It's Wednesday night, a little busier tonight. We got a couple of names in here tonight. No big names, but you have a couple of bigger names than Monday.
What kind of names do you have in here tonight? That's interesting.
Um, I don't even know their. I recognize a lot of these guys that come in. Mr. Lancaster's here tonight.
Oh, him, yeah.
And then I think Mr. Richardson is here as well. But that's all. It's as far as names go.
All right. Well, you keep me updated. If you need anything, you make sure to reach out to me, okay?
No, yeah, you got it. You gave me your card last time you were here, and I looked you up, and gotta say I'm impressed. So
Thanks. If you ever need a facial or anything, Lush Aesthetics is the way to go.
I'll keep you in mind. Code word for tonight is Richie to get upstairs.
Richie, like Richie Rich.
Yeah, like Richie Rich.
Okay. Well, thanks. And I'm gonna go ahead and give him kisses on the cheeks, like European kisses, and
Oh,
head on up.
all right. So you walk up that same bouncer. It's a different bouncer inside at the bottom of the stairs, though.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and saunter up and say, "Hey, how's it going?"
Doing it right. This is a private event upstairs here.
Yeah, Richie.
Oh, all right. Sorry. You can go on.
No, it's okay, and I'm gonna blow him a kiss.
He nods to you, removes the velvet rope, lets you by, and puts it back.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go up the stairs and take stock. I'll probably there's a bar upstairs, correct?
Oh yeah, there's another bar upstairs.
Okay.
When you get to the top step, as soon as you step on that top step, you look up, and Brian is like, he is up and walking towards you, like he was waiting for you to arrive. So, so as soon as you step on that top step, he's up and he's like, oh, hi, and he's walking just beeline straight at you. There's no subtlety at all.
That's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll look him dead on and just, hi, hey, I'm so glad you made it. And then I'm gonna like embrace him, but not like hug embrace, but like forearm embrace and like give him kisses on the cheeks.
Cool, because he didn't know what to do. He was like trying to figure out if he's shaking your hand or hugging you. So like you taking the lead kind of makes him a little more easy at that point.
Yeah, she definitely takes lead.
Cool. He's like, why don't we get a drink and I can introduce you to some of the guys that are here.
Oh, great. Yeah, that sounds amazing. How's your week been since we last saw each other?
How's what? Sorry.
How's your week been since we last saw each other?
Oh, it's been good. I was just yesterday in the day. I've just been pretty busy on. It's just like um, I don't know with editing. It's all about um just making sure that everybody else is on track. So I don't do any of the editing anymore. My editing team does a lot of it. So that's part of my team has been. I think they've just finished translating. Oh, gosh, I can't even. I think it was. Um, I don't even know. I can't even tell you. Like for the big movies that come out, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers, we get those out in the Japanese, Chinese within days of being released American wise. But as far as getting them on the DVD, it takes a little bit longer. And so it's been good. We've just been whatever the latest DVD release has been. The teams have been taking care of that well.
just as like he's like kind of getting flustered a little bit, she's going to go ahead and ruffle his hair with her fingers and say, you know what, you worked so hard, we should have just the most amazing time tonight. Let's forget about work and go ahead and just have an amazing time. Do you need anything?
A drink is all I really need at this point. That's I just what do you want? I'll take care of it. What did you want?
Just a vodka tonic would be amazing.
All right. So he walks you up to the bar at that point, and he just says, I want a top shelf vodka tonic. He looks at you, rocks.
Rocks, please.
Rocks it is. And then he goes, I'll take an old fashioned, top shelf old fashioned. And the guy's like, all right, you got it, top shelf old fashioned. Great drink. So he quickly makes your vodka tonic, puts that on the bar, and he starts taking all the parts out for the old fashioned and the muddle and doing all the different things. And so he's making the drinks and everything. He looks at you, he's like, I like old fashions just because there's a lot that's in them. It just seems like the work that they put in there makes it a better drink.
Yeah, they're very complex and interesting. There's so many ingredients that make this amazing citrus and whiskey drink. So I completely get it.
Oh yeah, I just love it. People look at me crazy when I say it, but I really want to. I just like it up, just how it all works.
That's because you're smart, though, because you enjoy complex things and you enjoy the experience.
He totally blushes. You can see it in this light. Totally blushes. So he gets his drinks and everything. He's like, well, I totally want to relax and everything, but before we relax, there are some people here. If you want to meet anybody before we talk, or do you just kind of want to visit first? What would you like to do?
Well, you just get the formalities out of the way so that you can just enjoy your night and have a good time. And like she's going to kind of rub his shoulder a little bit and let's get the hard part over with and then we can just chill and have a good night.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, that sounds great. Well, why don't you come with me? He sticks his elbow out to try to see if you'll lock arms with him.
She'll take his arm and walk with him.
Okay. So he walks up, and there are two guys dressed very nicely, and then there's quite a few people just kind of dressed in mid casual, and a lot of girls there that are dressed to impress, kind of thing. So he's just kind of standing there waiting for an opportunity to jump in the conversation to introduce you. So it's obvious how timid he is, but it's like he doesn't want to jump in at the same time. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of standing back.
So there's two guys that are dressed very well. Is there any?
Right.
Is there one that I can see that's kind of like the dominant of the conversation, or are those obviously like bodyguard type guys? Or
No, bodyguards are standing back in the background. They're not in the conversation. They're not there. They're like they've blended backwards. But the two guys that are dressed well, one guy's kind of leading the conversation, and the other guy is kind of like, nodding along, just kind of there with it. And then there's like three other guys that are there, mid casual, and then the six ladies that are all dressed to impress.
okay, so like with that many people, who is like kind of clicking up? Is it just the two guys that are kind of clicking up that seem to be the main participants of the conversation and the ladies are kind of on the side, or are they all kind of intermingled?
It's kind of intermingled, but everybody seems to be listening to the one guy that's talking.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I will, with my arm still locked with Brian, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of just like make my way a little bit closer to the guy that's talking, just so I can overhear what he's saying and see if there's any opportunity to interject.
Okay, so he's talking about development. He's talking a lot about um, getting getting the movie from book to script to actual movie, and then the process of what's needed. So like, and then like in the book, it might describe a woman like this, and then he looks at like this one really attractive lady. He's like for you, for example, it might say in the book we're looking for a 30-something attractive lady, but you know if I got you on a script call and I recognize your face, I might say in development, oh, you know what? I've got the perfect girl for that. Even though you're obviously not a 30-year-old, black-haired lady, I know that you could act that part. It's just like, oh, Michael, yes, whatever you would need from me, whatever you would need. And he's like, so that's what we're looking at in development. Basically, what we're going for the stages. So like, yeah, I never know who I'm looking at. Like if I meet somebody, they could fit a part at any point. He looks at Brian. He's like, I could use Brian in a part, but if he wasn't tied to United Artists the way he was, I might be able to use him in a part. And he's like, Mr. Richardson, if you ever need me in a part, I could always be there for you. You know that. He's like, I know, but UA doesn't play well with others. So even though you're an editor, I couldn't put you in it. And then there's always, the unions. You're not a union actor. I would never have that. And he's like, and then he looks at you and he's like, now you are not union, but I can tell you've done acting. Who the heck are you?
Oh, thank you. I don't necessarily act, but my name's Montana, and I'm gonna go ahead and like unlock my arm and just like hand out my hand to like shake his hand.
Okay, so he's gonna take your hand, shake your hand, and like kind of kiss it, like it's like nice to meet you, nice to meet you. So are you in? Are you in the business, or how are you connected? I mean, I see you with Brian. Are you a UA girl, or what is this?
I'm no actress. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to give that impression, but I work in aesthetics. I have a company that I work with that does kind of like facial things, and I would love to give you my card if you're interested, but that's what I do. I'm rather a support to the industry rather than some sort of an actor or, I mean, clearly some sort of an industry mogul like yourself.
So makeup? I mean, I'm not understanding. Are you a
No,
special?
no, I mean, I do makeup, I do facials, like skincare, and some other things like massage and just kind of like a whole body wellness, like looking best from the inside out. My company is called Lush Aesthetics.
Out of character, how well known is your brand?
Probably not super well known, but like known well enough for house calls.
One of the ladies looks at the card when you hand it to Michael, and she's looking at the card over her shoulder. She's like, "Oh, I've heard of you before. Oh yeah, yeah. Just her business. She does well."
You know what? I have you been to our offices before? You look very familiar.
No, I have not. I have not. I have friends that have, but I have not been to yours. No.
Sweetie, you know what? You look me up, boo, and set an appointment. I will give you a discount and I will make you feel amazing.
Well, I really don't really need a discount, but she puts her hand out for a card. She's like, I would gladly come in and see you.
Sweetie, I know you don't need a discount, but I just love your face and I want to make you feel good.
Oh, thank you, thank you. So she's looking at the card. Montana, right? I'm
Montana,
Susan.
yes.
It's
Yes.
nice to meet you, Susan.
Susan, good to meet you.
And then Brian says, and this is James here, James Montana, and James is just really quiet. He looks at you. He's like, "Nice to meet you." Shakes and just goes to shake your hand.
Is he standing up with everybody or like sitting
Yeah.
down? Or okay.
Standing up, but he stands like a step back. He is totally letting Michael be the alpha, and just steps back and lets Michael take charge.
Gotcha. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of quiet down a little bit and kind of position myself closer to him. And it's very nice to meet you. you know, I'm kind of a big fan. How
You're
are you? Like,
you're a big fan of me.
I mean, you know, you look like this guy is the spokesperson for you, so clearly you must be somebody important.
Oh no. We just work in different ends of the industry. He's more development, I'm more distribution, I guess you could call it. And when he says that, Michael just starts laughing. He's like, I like it, distribution. And he looks at
I
him, he's got this evil glare in his eye. He's like, yeah, distribution.
honestly, distribution is the most important aspect of that equation. I'm gonna kind of say this like a little bit like away from him. If you ever need anything, I mean, feel free to reach out. I offer all sorts of aesthetic services, and then I'm going to go ahead and hand him my card.
Okay, I'm going to pause you right there. I'm going to see where Brittany comes in this equation at this point. So, Brittany, we have done Tuesday night, and you went home. You were at the club Tuesday night, kind of observing the crowd. Um, there's nothing going on Tuesday night. Do you talk to people or bartender or?
No, I just listen.
Okay.
Maybe dance a little so it looks like, I mean,
You
to
are.
kind of blend in.
Okay.
Blend in. So if I have to kind of case this place for a, a stake it out for a couple of nights, few nights, till I get a feel for what the people are like who comes here frequently, start recognizing people. Just if they're gonna see me, I don't want that to be suspicious. So
Okay. And a lot of people dance by themselves, and it's more acceptable for the women to dance by themselves than guys are.
I
The
mean,
guys.
I dance with other people too, but
Okay.
like
If a guy's dancing by himself, typically they try to if they see a girl dancing by themselves, the guy tries to dance with them.
yeah,
And depending
edge
upon the
sure.
signals, they might walk away,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Do you have awareness as a specialty? I mean, as a skill.
No.
I need you to roll.
Also, FYI, I remembered I have merits for acute sight and acute hearing,
Okay.
which apparently lowers the difficulty by 2.
All right. And hearing's not going to be doing it because of music, but sight
Yeah,
can definitely help in.
difficult, yeah.
I want you to roll perception and alertness. And I guess we'll do difficulty 4 on that because you're specifically scanning the crowd for anything odd.
Difficulty 4?
Yeah.
Stupid ones. I get 1 success. I should start counting my ones every game. I'm up to like 5.
All right. As far as the crowd goes, it's a very typical crowd. The only thing that stands out in your mind is there is a guy wearing a loose-fitting suit that sits at the bar that is hyper alert. Like his neck is just jerking everywhere as he looks around. So from your position on the dance floor, he can't really see you, but you can see him doing that.
I'm gonna make kind of a show out of being tired and wanting to get a drink. So I'll go sit or go stand at the bar and get some water.
The guy you're dancing with wants to know, do you want me to get us some water? Or?
Oh no, I just need a breather. It's
He's like,
fine. I'll be right back.
all right, cool. I'm gonna keep dancing. So he's like dancing around, just keeps doing his thing.
So I'll go stand next to that guy, like a not uncomfortable closeness, but
Okay.
casual distance away, and ask for some water, and then just kind of look at him sideways and say, "You okay? You waiting for somebody?"
So now, as alert as he was a moment ago, looking all around, somehow you got past him. he didn't notice you walk up behind him because his back was to you at that point. So when you say, like, are you looking for somebody? You totally catch him off guard, and he like almost falls out of his chair when you talk to him. He's like, "Whoa, yo,
Hey, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
well, you're good. You're good." He stands up and he's like, "You're good. I'm good. You're good. Okay, I'm good. And bye." And he literally hauls ass towards the bathrooms.
Okay, I'm gonna
The bartender's like, "I've never seen Mickey move that fast."
You know him?
Yeah, Mickey's here all the time.
I mean, I don't think I saw him last night, but that's what is his deal?
I couldn't tell you.
Is he on something?
That would be I don't know. He's always here. He never dances. He's always drinking and he's always looking around. He talks to people sometimes. He's always downstairs, never goes upstairs. He spends a lot of time at the bar drinking though.
Huh.
And I don't even know what his name is. I just call him Mickey because that's
this is not his real name.
He won't ever tell me his name. Like I've tried carding him, he won't give me his card. And the guy, by the way, the guy looked like he was about 45 or so. So he's like, I tried carding him, but it won't give me his card. He says, I'm old enough. That's all he's ever said to me.
Is that legal?
Is it legal?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm sure he pays well. Drinks are 10, he pays 20. I really don't care.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
He's never caused a problem. What's that?
Is it because I'm a girl? Is he like?
He's never acted that way with anybody. I've never seen him run that fast. I've seen Mickey move, but he's never like disappeared the way he just did.
Strange.
The only thing I ever see him like that neck, then when he's like ding 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 ding, it's all over the place. I don't know what he's looking for. He's always like that though.
He's always like that?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Is all you want is water?
Yeah, just for now.
All right, I got to take care of the rest of the bar. I'll be back. Okay.
No, that's fine. Thanks.
So he runs off, takes care of a couple other people.
I'm gonna sit with my drink and just like act like I'm resting from dancing and just like watch the bathroom, see if that guy comes back, see if anybody noticed him acting weird like that.
So you're gonna talk to people around you, that kind of thing, or
are there other people at the bar next to us?
Yeah, there's other people at the bar. Most people at the bar are just getting a drink and walking away. Nobody's really staying at the bar.
Okay. So nobody like watched him.
Like if you ask anybody, like nobody's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like everybody else is just kind of like cycling through. If you're watching the bathroom between trying to talk to people, give me a perception and alertness roll, difficulty 7 this time.
1.
Nice. You barely see him poke. I mean, he's good. Like because of your +2, it should have been a 9, but it's a 7, and you rolled well. You shouldn't have seen him, but he barely comes out of the bathroom looking around, and he makes eye contact with you, freaks out, and he's back in the bathroom again.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to finish my water and go back to dancing, and then just kind of watch out for him there.
Okay.
I mean, like, act like I'm not watching for him, and then while I'm dancing, I'm going to ask that one dude, like, if he's ever seen that guy before, and just be like, "Did you see that guy move? That was so weird."
What guy?
That dude at the bar. He like ran away.
I'm sorry. When you I was just getting down with the music. I wasn't really paying attention.
Huh. Oh well. And I'll just go back to observing.
Okay.
And
Give me another perception alertness roll, difficulty 7. Let's see if he can sneak out of the bathroom past you.
2.
Nice. So
I'm up to 6 ones.
nice. So you actually see him coming out of the bathroom, and he is stealthy as hell. I mean, if you weren't rolling well, you would not see this. Like he's mixed. He's staying in the back of the crowd. He's trying to make it, and you're hiding yourself well enough dancing wise. You're making it like you haven't noticed him. So he is about halfway from the bathroom to the front entrance at this point.
I'm gonna try and follow him surreptitiously.
So he's going towards the front door.
Okay. I'll kind of mosey my way over towards the door.
Are you trying to do it like slyly and everything, or just
Spryly?
no, a sly?
Oh, slyly? Yeah, kind of.
Then give me a dex stealth.
Ooh.
Difficulty 6. See how well you maneuver this crowd.
2.
Nice. Well, you get through. You get there. Okay, he gets to the door and he's turning around to see if you're looking for him. What do you do?
Dance with whoever's close by.
So you're about 10 feet away from the door. You'd have to nobody's dancing right in this area.
Shoot. Are there people around me?
Yeah, there's some people coming in, some people are leaving.
I'm gonna tuck my arm into the nearest person's arm and just start fussing with their clothes or something.
Guy or girl?
Guy.
Okay, and is he coming or going?
He's coming in.
Okay, so your face, so you're kind of trying to position this guy in front of you so that your face is covered from his back of his head.
Well, so it doesn't look like so he can't see, so Mickey or whoever can't see that I'm looking at him.
Right. So what I'm saying is it's you, then the guy, and then Mickey's here. So if Mickey turns around, he's going to see this guy's head, and
Yeah,
you can position. Okay.
Yeah, that works.
So I want you to roll. That's do dex stealth to see if you can hide, and I'm going to see if he can see you.
Two successes.
All right, he doesn't see you.
I just went all green.
I went green?
Yeah.
Well, this is California. But yeah, I see green too. I don't know what that's about.
If I leave and come back, will that mess everything up, Jerome?
Probably, but we're getting close to 9:30, so let's just go ahead and finish.
All right. So he walks out the door. He doesn't notice you and walks out the door.
I'm gonna drop the dude that I'm with and follow him.
Okay. When you get to the door, he's walking quickly away from you. Not running, but like a speed walk.
What direction is he headed toward? Towards the cars, towards just up the sidewalk, or
He's on the sidewalk, but if you didn't park valet, you had to park on the street somewhere. So he could be going to his car or whatever. You're not sure. He's traveling west away from the club, though.
are there still a lot of people around?
There's a lot of people mingling out here. Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep a distance, kind of stick toward the crowd, and still try and see what he's up to. Keep following.
All right, you're going to have to do a speed walk to keep up with him because he's not hiding the fact that he's almost running anymore.
Okay. Then I will.
All right, so he sees you chasing after him. He's like, leave me alone, and he's like hauling ass now. So he's running at this point.
He's chasing Doug.
Okay, yeah, I'll just run after him.
Okay, you're gonna give me Dex Athletics.
Zero successes.
He's running away from you. He's pretty quick.
Okay. Well, I'll keep trying and then see what happens when I lose him.
Okay, give me one more.
Was the difficulty 6 or 7?
6.
2 successes.
All right, you're able to catch up to him. What do? You like, I mean, are you to tackle this guy that you don't know, or are you're able to catch up to him?
I'll just be like, hey, you dropped your wallet.
And he stops. He's like, what? And he's patting himself down. Like, I got my wallet. You need to leave me alone. I don't know what you are, and I don't know why you're in my club, but you need to leave me alone.
Your club? This is
it's my club.
What
it's
do
my club.
club?
And I don't know what you are, but you're out of your territory. It's my club. Leave me alone. Find your own club.
Look, I'm just dancing.
Everything about your aura says you're not just dancing. You're like on the prowl, or something's wrong. You are. I don't know.
Okay, look. So it's been a little while. Kind of, trying to find someone special. What's wrong with that? It's a free country.
There's an alleyway near you guys. He runs into the alleyway.
Okay, I'm gonna walk towards the alley, but not recklessly.
So he's kind of in the darkness, and he says, his voice is a little deeper now, and he's like, you need to leave me alone. This is my club. You need to go somewhere else.
Okay, look, I don't mean any harm. I just chased after you because I was curious where you were going.
I'm running away from you, Cat. You need to leave me alone, or I'm going to attack you. You need to leave me alone. His voice is now a lot deeper.
All right, I'm going to throw up my hands and back away. Be like, whatever.
That's right, Cat. You need to back away.
I'm going to head back toward the club.
Bye, kitty.
Out of character question.
Yes.
How familiar would I be with other breeds?
You know they exist.
Would I be able to guess what has just happened? Because Brittany thinks she knows, but I'm not sure. So my character would not have met any others.
You've met Basket. That's all you've met before.
Okay.
And you may have met a Korax just within meeting, that kind of thing, within coming within your tribe kind of thing. But that's all you would have met. And you would have been told about werewolves and told about, werebears and that kind of thing, but that's not a whole lot other than that.
Okay. All right. I'll go back to the club.
Okay. You go back, you're a little sweaty, cool off, get inside. The
get
guy
some.
we're dancing with is dancing with somebody else now.
That's fine. I don't care.
And
That's-
we're at 9:30, Todd.
Okay. What time are we closing up? Is it 10 or 9:40?
9:30.
Oh, so let's like, well, all right. I can't see my clock. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Because I didn't get a chance.
Kind of a dramatic stopping point, I think.
Yeah, we'll have to start with Jerome next time so we can get him caught up where he's supposed to be. All right. So I'm just going to stay with you, Brittany, just to wrap it up. You go back to the club. Nothing else eventful happens for the rest of the night then.
Okay.
And he does not return either.
Very interesting. Okay. I'm just gonna file that away. And I guess if nothing else happens, then I'll just go home and decide to show up the next night again.
Okay. You write this down.
But surreptitiously, because apparently this guy's a regular and he doesn't want me there. So I'm gonna
Make your presence known and come back the next night.
well, I mean, maybe I'll watch for him and kind of avoid him.
Okay.
Or at least not stir him up.
Okay, cool. That's a good place to leave off right there. Experience. So it is first of the month. And is Rachel the only one with a birthday in September?
Yes, I believe.
I think so.
All right. Well, Rachel, do you want to do the honors again for us?
Sure. Let me pull out a die.
So D4 and a D6.
A D4 and a D6, right?
So Stacy, on your character sheet, whatever she rolls, that's the experience we're getting for tonight. So it's no matter what, we're going to get 2 experience in this, and we're hoping for the best for the rest of it.
Yeah. So 2 on the D4, so 3, and then 3 on the D6. Again, I got that last time.
7, yay!
The 7 experience altogether. Fantastic.
I will take it.
7, you said?
Yes, total.
This is our first XP, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure I didn't forget if we did any last time.
No, I don't recall us doing anything last time.
Well, I guess you can't really get XP on day 1.
Yeah, it's meeting day. So at the beginning of session, we talked about renown and everything as far as that goes. So and Brittany, you made a point. It's hard for me to track where everybody's renown is going to be because you all do renown differently. So I have in my mind what I'm thinking of as renown points are like I didn't see anything today or last week that really stood out as renown. But if you see something that you did that you think you should have been given like renown experience for, just shoot me out an email or shoot me out a text, whatever, in the Fera chat, and then I'll hook you up from there. Okay. So because it's going to be because all 5 of you, well, actually 2 of you, well, it's pretty close how some of you are, but like some of you guys are totally different as far as it goes. So if you look at your own character and see how that goes, and we can go over that at off stream, how that all works and everything too, because the renown is how you build up and get rank.
Mm-hmm.
So like we all value different qualities for renown.
Exactly.
Yep.
But it's going to just be easier for you to track it and let me know, and then I'll say, oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, take that renown. Because every 10 temporary renown points gives you 1 permanent renown.
Oh.
So like,
is that what boxes are for?
Yes.
Yes. So like for example, on the Bastet for ferocity, you would get like if you decided to fight whatever was inside that hall, that alleyway, you might have gotten a temporary renown for ferocity on that, or I mean, you know what I mean? That's what you're looking at. So you're looking at ferocity, honor, and cunning as a Bastet. So each one of you has a different thing you're looking at. So it's going to be a lot easier for you to keep track of it and let me know this happened tonight. would I get renowned for that.
Cool.
Is that fair? Is that fair to ask you guys to do that?
Sure.
And that adds up to 1 point.
Yeah.
But
So
there
how
is
much
also an
did we
in-character
get?
dynamic to that, where in Werewolf, the Galliards are usually ones that tend to keep track of that when they have a meeting. I mean, unless, of course, the Alpha turns around and does it, but usually the Galliards are the type that will keep tabs on that and will turn it into an in-character dynamic where they talk about the story and they hype up, so-and-so for clawing the face off of the enemy, and this person talked a mean game and got them to back down, and so on and so forth. And that's so. I mean, there's an in-character dynamic to it that we can do. It doesn't have to be just an out of character, just shoot a comment to Todd. But that's something we can, of course, talk offline.
So because if there is a meeting, you can go to the Galliard before the meeting and say, okay, I want to let you know some of the deeds I've done, and then you would just kind of like brief them, out of character. You'll brief that person what you've done, and then the Galliard at the meeting would tell a story of what you've done in front of the whole moot, and then that way everyone knows how. Then that's how you gain rank.
Let me ask really quick though,
How long
because
will
you
you
touched on me like fighting against my grandfather in the other one. Being that was like
Yeah.
proving my worthiness, could that be considered honor?
It might be. I have to look it up exactly because there's criteria that make it whether it's how it's honorable and everything like that. So I have to look it up. So I can't give you an honest answer.
Is that something that you like? Where would I find that? Just because since I'm totally new to this kind of game, that way because I wouldn't know what to tell you. Hey, did you think about this? I don't know.
Werewolf has it in one of their books, and I don't know if anybody else does.
The Bastet have it in the Changing Breeds book.
So in the Changing Breeds?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you look up renown in the Changing Breeds.
Changing Breeds book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One specific to it? Okay. I've been looking at possibly getting some other resources, so.
Okie doke. So obviously we can take any other questions we might have offline real quick or whatnot, but tonight was a good night. Had a lot of fun. We are up to $80 for our $200 goal. So we had another quick donation dropped in there by Brittany for 15 that brought us up, so that was cool. We will be playing this game again on September 21st. Does that sound about right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That'd be the next,
21st,
yeah, 2 weeks Monday. And then on the 9th, we have Firefly coming up. So we will have that at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And of course, we'll be continuing the charity streams and whatnot. So thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you guys all have a good night. And bye-bye.
Bye.
Night, everybody.
Night.